I'm Ed Kelly, editor of the Oklahoman. With the economy in the news 24/7, so is President Obama. To talk about his performance the past couple of days is Chris Castile, chief of the Oklahoman's Washington Bureau and a frequent contributor here on News OK TV. Okay, Chris, President Obama, of course, held his first ever primetime press conference last night with the White House press corps, holding forth for an hour or so. You've covered a bunch of these in the past in your many years in Washington. How did he perform, do you think?
Well, I thought it was very presidential. I mean, he's been in office for less than a month, but I think he was very smooth. Obviously, he's very articulate, very thoughtful, and gave some very measured responses and some very long responses. I thought at times too it seemed like he was kind of filibustering, maybe. Perhaps maybe he was just trying to make sure that he got everything said that he wanted to say about some topics, particularly the stimulus package.
Right.
But I don't think it necessarily in and of itself made any news. Which may have been one of his goals, was not to say anything that would steal thunder from what his main goal in doing that was, which was to go to the American people last night and talk about the stimulus package, and at the same time open it up for other things that were on reporters' minds. One thing that was interesting about it was that he called on a blogger, which I believe is a first for a formal news conference, a reporter for the Huffington Post. He deflected, I thought, Helen Thomas's question about nuclear weapons in the Middle East fairly well. So again, I mean, I think he did it like a politician, really. I mean, he didn't really answer some of the questions as directly as they were asked, but he got through it. No major stumbles, and probably felt like he was able to say the things that he wanted to say.
Okay, yesterday he was in Indiana, and today he's in Florida trying to sell the need for a federal stimulus. Why is he leaving Washington to do this? To some people, it appears that he's back out on the campaign trail all over again.
Right. Well, it's a trail that he didn't leave too long ago, and maybe he feels comfortable in that setting. I mean, he's done. I don't want to say he's done everything he can do up here in talking to lawmakers, but I think he wanted to go to these cities in Indiana and Florida to illustrate to people, to the American people, and to reluctant lawmakers here in town, just how bad the situation is in some of these towns. A town in Indiana, which has been called the RV capital of the world.
Right.
There's this incredible increase in unemployment in a single year. Florida is battling all kinds of problems, unemployment, housing crisis. So I think he has to sell this package to the American people too, because a lot of the message, or a lot of what's come out of Washington about this package is about wasteful spending. It's been Republicans really criticizing it a lot. A lot of what's come out of this town in the past 2 weeks about this package. So I think what he wanted to do was at least go out and show, look, this isn't about what you might criticize as a $400 earmark, a $400 million earmark to something. This is about these people. And these are the people that you need to keep in mind. And if we don't do something about these people, there may be more of them. But again, I just think he wanted to get out of Washington. He's probably already a little bit frustrated because of what some people call politics as usual here. Right. And that was a way for him to get out of town and work on his #1 goal right now.
Okay, Chris, well done. Thanks.
Thank you, Ed.
Stay here on News OK for more coverage of presidential politics and the economy.